All right, welcome. I just had to delete about 15 minutes of video because I had Earth, Wind, and Fire playing in the background. So I'm just gonna do an update. I don't have a particular topic. I still haven't. I don't think I've finished the byte model discussion. So I'll get to that. There've been some things going on. I've been going to see a lot of doctors about my leg. I'm walking again, so that's good. I'll use my radio voice since some of you find it so soothing and relaxing. I'll also let me go ahead and answer some of the questions that have been looming for over a year because I had to take a break due to the divorce. So we'll just call this a Q&A because I never had the chance to get back to you guys, and I'm very sorry for that. Life happens, and sometimes there's just not much you can do about it. My journey out of Scientology and back into the WOG world is very important to me, but my children are much more important than that. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to start with the first video I uploaded, the one that everyone comments about. Boy, you just talk so slow. Well, let me just go ahead and say that that was a very difficult video for me to make. Very difficult for me to sit down and put all that out there. So I'm going to look through here for questions, and I will answer them best of my ability. Um, and I'll give some thanks. In addition to me already replying, Snake Plissken, uh, 7.125 billion people on the planet want nothing to do with Scientology. Awesome. Anon 8109, there are more ex-Scientologists than Scientologists. You guys don't know how much your comments mean to me. Looking at them now, I have a different perspective, but at the time, your comments your comments really helped me. Okay, Baby Bunker encouraging me to continue to speak. Thank you. Anon Lover, she quotes me in saying, I know this sounds stupid, and then she says, no, it doesn't. It sounds heartbreaking, devious, and appalling, but not stupid. If it was stupid, it would have died out decades ago, and there wouldn't be thousands of people admitting their lives were harmed by it. Thank you for doing your part and speaking out. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying not to tear up on that one because like I said, these comments really really mean a lot to me and the support. Darth Zenu, congrats on escaping Marcus, and thanks for sharing your story. You are so welcome, Dark Lord Zenu. John Wervenbos, good thing you speak out. Thank you. Criminal organization misused your despair and trust. Listen to what John has to say to me. This is a year ago. Um, it's actually almost been 2 years, but I think YouTube doesn't register that until it's actually 2 years. This is has to be 2 years ago. All of these comments. Listen to what he says to me after watching a 2-hour video of some random stranger talking about his experience in Scientology. Do not be too hard on yourself and focus on today and your future as much as possible. Thank you, John. Rafal Kajalski, well done. Well done. Getting out there and being this strong sounds like what your wife and children needed from a loving husband and father. Don't focus on the time and possible opportunities you have missed, but focus on what you can do and the support your inner strength will bring. I have never been a member nor given a dollar to this organization they refer to as a church. But as a father of 3 with a gorgeous wife, friend, and mother to my children, I feel your pain. Look forward, brother. They need you now more than ever. Well done for being a man of such compassion. Thanks for fall. Shortly after you wrote that comment, my children did need me, and they did need me now at that time more than ever. And my son is in the room watching toy videos right now, and my daughter's in school, and everything worked out. It was very difficult, but thank you, thank you for your comment. Anti-pattern, good stuff, Marcus. Don't let him shake your confidence. Braver than 99% of the people out there, mate. Much respect. Um, I don't know about brave. I don't know about that. 2ms squared 2. You are very brave and shouldn't feel stupid. They've spent years perfecting their techniques. Stay strong and live your life to its fullest. That is the best revenge. Again, the brave thing. I get that a lot. I really appreciate all the comments. I just I can't. I don't know if I could describe the feeling. Why I don't think it's brave to talk about what I'm talking about, but or what I talked about. To me, it was more of a cathartic. Um, I hadn't talked about it. I needed to talk about it, and I've always been pretty decent at communication, communicating with people. So I don't see it as a courage or a bravery thing. I've always been the type of person that if there's something that I need to say to you, even if it's an uncomfortable thing, I don't back down. Um, it's one of the things that made me a valuable staff member. Um, ReAMC, thank you, Marcus. You've done great, heroic thing making this video. Heroic, again, don't get me mixed up with the hero because I was doing this for me. I was doing it for my own reasons. Um, and I responded to that a year ago. I said heroic. I don't know about that, but I'll take it, and I'm glad you think so. I'm not done. I have more to say, but as Chris Shelton told me, proof up your life. That was his quote to me. Proof it up. And that was what I was doing. And when the time is right, I'll go there. And here I am. Jackbox, Marcus. Let's see. Hold on a second. I just loved my own comment. I meant to love his. Jackbox. Time to turn all that experience into helping others who may be lost, stuck, or affected by Scientology. It may be your greatest calling. Jack, you ain't wrong. I registered to go back to university this summer to start my degree in psychology. And before this video, I had another video I was making, and I didn't realize I had music running in the background, so you wouldn't have been able to hear me. But I got my GED in '99 or '98, and I went to college in '99. I wanted to go for psychology because I had experienced a uh, a very difficult trauma that I could almost say with pretty good certainty that that's me not going to college for psychology was a mistake, because at that point in my life, I I wanted to figure myself out. I wanted to know why I was feeling the way I was. I had intrusive thoughts, suicidal thoughts. I was on drugs, all sorts of things. But my father, who had about $1,000 to give me to go to college, refused to release the money to go to college. He wanted me to go for business. So uh, I knew that I needed an education of some kind. So I caved and I went. Instead of going out and getting a job and paying for my own education, I took his $1,000 and went to school for business. And I didn't finish. I ended up joining a band and going out on the road and living the dream. And I ended up in a cult. Uh, so from '99 to 2005, I was just spinning. And even after that, really, because it took a while for me to deprogram myself. And I would say that I was still spinning until about 2013. And that's when the divorce happened. And then it was a whole other kind of hell. So, moving right along, Soft Viking. Very brave. Again, bravery. Thank you. Uh, I guess I'll just accept the compliment. I mean, I keep getting it. I'll just accept the compliment. Clutch 28. Your story and your courage in telling it, thank you, and waking up from the nightmare of the cult is not stupid, and you're not alone. Um, Spanish Pedals, thank you so much for having the courage to speak out. You're an inspiration. I wish you all the best in your music. Looking forward to the day when David Miscavige is audited and delivered intensively to the IRS, by the IRS. Yeah, I love that. Miles Kaminsky, I can feel your pain and hurt. It's quite a long video, but I want you to know that I watched every minute. Marcus, you do have people out there who support you and want the best for you. I'm so fucking happy you got out. I know it's not easy readjusting. Remember, you're not alone. You can always get support at the Underground Bunker or other ex-Scientology sites. Thanks for being brave enough to share your pain. It will help yourself and others. SPs are the best people in the world. Um, Thanks, Miles. Tony Nelson. Well done, Marcus. It was obviously hard to say what you said. I get the feeling stupid thing. I got conned into the short stretch on staff. They're good at the con, so don't be hard on yourself. The good thing is you're out and moving on. I wish you and your family well going forward. And I updated my comment. Kids are okay. Mabel, your mama. I'm so sorry about the vile things that happened to you. I very much appreciate your courage in standing up and telling the world what Scientology is about, which is mindfuckery and insidious evil intention that flows from the top outward and downward, seeking to corrupt every good thing in its path. It is completely evil. I'm so glad you've broken free. I wish you continued recovery and good health. Thank you, Mabel. Raymond Rogue. Hey, man, you and I would have been best buds if we'd have known each other then. We are similar in personality and experience. Um, yeah. Thanks, Ray Gun. Wicked Lefty, congrats on getting out. I wish you the best. This was heartbreaking to watch, but your courage, thank you. I really appreciate the kind words. I still have a hard time with thinking that it was courageous. I was really just doing it for myself. PWAC at 33 1 year ago, really 2 years ago. Forgive yourself. I have. Tadsio 5050, I'm so happy you're free. You're another great representative of how smart people can become trapped in these cults. Folks need to see that anyone can be a casualty of occult thinking unless you educate yourself generally about cults. You are doing that by sharing your story. Marcus, welcome to the world. We love you and we need you. This is one of my favorites because he's right. I get it so much that, how could you, what are you, a freaking idiot? Scientology, really? I I don't know what to say. Catholicism, really? Um, don't get me wrong. Born and raised Catholic, not anywhere on the same scale of destructive. But still, I think I think you get my point. Marcy's Wednesday reviews. Your story breaks my heart on so many levels. No child should lose their childhood. That is a time of life that you should have felt very loved and safe. Then to lose 10 years to a cult. I pray your future is bright and you have a wonderful life. Marcy. Thank you, Marcy. I'll accept anything. I'll accept any prayer. No name. Marcus, wow. You have courage and I wish you more. You got sucked in and they capitalized on your weakness. Stop beating yourself up. Time is a big healer. Thanks. No name. Appreciate it. David Schlesinger. This was slow and painful to watch. It's hard to remain interested. But, ellipses, with every sentence he speaks, I see deep regret. Well, it was a slow and painful thing. Work from home. Had to speed up video by 1.5 to understand. Haha. Whatever works. CMS Sultana. Work to forgive yourself. Jasmine Chana. Loved it. Encouraging. There's just, you guys, thank you. Ed O'Meara, well done, mate. One of the most authentic, moving stories I've heard from an ex-Scientologist. This is the real auditing. Sounds like you had a tough upbringing and a hard time. We all make mistakes. The important thing is facing up to them. A wise man recognizes his own stupidity. There's no doubt you've become a wise man in the process. That's a hell of a compliment, Ed. Thank you. Happy Quails Farm. I really sympathize with this fellow. I'm so glad that he was able to see through it all and get out. Marcus, your message is valuable, and I hope you'll keep on YouTube long into the future. It can help so many people, and if there's ever a time when they are successfully held accountable for their abuses, there will be a way for you to be contacted. Maybe it is overly optimistic to hope that you'd ever collect damages from them, but you never know. Take care, and I think you're on the right track when it comes to trying detox regimens. A naturopath doctor may be able to advise you on nutritional supplements. Sounded to me like the drug might have been bound within the body in a way that heavy metals do, so that they build up and were not adequately excreted. All that stuff that I talked about with the hallucinations, that's all long gone. But thank you, Happy Quails Farm. Joe Neighbor, you're not alone. Gerard Lefrancois, 10 years before you wake up to the truth, it's never too late. Well said. Spectacular. I'm curious and still watching your video, but did anything happen to the guy you smoked the J with? Did he have a similar reaction? I don't know. I never saw him again. Tunganite. I was public, but had to deal with Scientologists for 17 years. Wish I never met him. Have you checked out Chris Shelton's videos? Of course. I've spoken with Chris several times as well. Took me a week to finish watching the video, saved it on Watch Later, and always came back to finish watching your story. God bless. Thanks, Joe. Did the large house belong to Mike Tyson? I don't know. Maybe that house on that hill is gone now because of an earthquake, but it was so bought and sold so many times. I don't even know. All right, Adam Simmons. He's been waiting on an answer for this question for 2 years, and I'm very sorry it's taken 2 years. What do you think was behind your suicide attempt? What was the motivation for it? Are you still suicidal? All right, 3 questions. What do you think was behind your suicide attempt? This is hard to get back into the mindset, but I was living in the mission at the time. I was in heavy sec checking, and there was a lot of past life auditing going on and a lot of overts because of sec checking. So they're pulling my overts from past lives. I admitted to so many crimes that probably 1,000 different types of crimes: crimes against humanity, crimes against children, sex crimes, uh, pets, larceny, arson, murder. I've admitted to all of these things. I would venture to say that I've admitted to every possible crime you could commit, including on like a global scale or even a universal scale, destroying universes, destroying planets, destroying entire civilizations, destroying races, killing children, killing women, killing, raping, murder. But all this stuff is on the whole track, This is what they were interested in. They had me write it all down after sessions, and I think that was behind my suicide attempt, because if you are believing that you did these things, then it's not then you can kind of maybe then you could kind of understand how someone would want to end their life if they'd caused so much death and hurt, because that's all I was doing, was focusing on those overts and withholds in those sessions. What was the motivation for it? I think you have your answer there. Well, really, not quite. Motivation for it was I wanted out. And out didn't necessarily mean out of the church. Out meant I wanted out of what was so intrusive, these ruminations that were plaguing me. Am I still suicidal? No. I'm not still suicidal. I mean, to me, this is suicidal, smoking cigarettes. I mean, that's probably about the extent of my suicidal tendencies, is smoking cigarettes. I'd like to quit, and I'm trying, one thing at a time. So, thanks for your questions, Adam, and I hope that I answered them fully. I'm going to go ahead and reply and tell you that your reply is in the new video uploading shortly. And again, thanks for the question. All right, Mary Safarian talks too slow. And I'm going to go ahead and share how awesome you guys are. You guys have given me so many great compliments. I'm going to compliment you. Mary Safarian says talks too slow. I didn't respond to that. To be honest, after I shut the publishing down when my divorce started, I didn't look at this. I didn't look at my videos. I actually put them as unlisted. I thought there were a couple that were still available. but I needed to unpublish them because my wife's attorney was trying to say that I was still a Scientologist. Um, but here's something amazing about you guys that have watched my videos and listened to my story. Um, 66 Compass at Mary Safarian. It's his first time talking about it on tape. Most people are scared shit to even talk about it, so I believe his next video will be less, quote, dragging on the words. Wink. I think he's very brave to speak up, however slow he does it. Smiley face. Thank you, 66 Compass. Um, Miles Kaminsky at Mary Safarian. Obviously, you have no idea what he has been through. Some former Scientologists take years to be able to talk about their experience. Mary, if you have nothing nice to add, then don't comment at all. You guys are unbelievable, man. You know, once when I was in LA, I don't mean to divert, but once when I was in LA, I was actually spit on. And that was one of the most degrading and humiliating experiences I'd ever had. Uh, one of. Definitely not the most, but one of. And to anyone who would do such a thing, or, you know, to sort of hate someone who is in a cult, I'll share this with you, and I hope that it's really uh, makes sense to you. When that person spit on me, everything that the cult tells you, because there's a separation. The cult wants to separate you from your life, your real life, your family. They want you to be separated from it. And there are always these paranoid, delusional thoughts that are uh, implanted or constantly spoken of. The people out there don't understand. No one understands except us. When that person spit on me, it really solidified that idea. I felt persecuted, and I did feel like no one understood except other Scientologists. And it motivated me even more to want to help people with Scientology. Another question from Vin's Webb. Did you believe in Xenu and the DC-9 airplanes that put souls in the volcano 75 million years ago? No, I didn't, because when I joined, it was in 2003, and I didn't have internet access. Um, there weren't any computers at the missions or anything. I joined staff shortly after that, and by the time I heard of Xenu, I was well, actually, the first time I heard of Xenu was from a public member, and we had to do a handling on them. But that's the first time I'd ever heard of Xenu. I had never heard of Xenu. I didn't go online. I didn't have access to computers really, and any computer access I did have was severely limited. So no, I mean I didn't know anything about the OT3 materials. Um, so that answers that. And let's see what other questions I could do real quick. I know this isn't a short video, um, but I really needed to get this question and answer done because after so long of a time being inactive on YouTube, I mean, when I started doing these videos, it would have been great to continue because there was quite a lot of views and a lot of people interacting with me. I couldn't. I had to take care of my kids. Let me look for questions. Okay, none there. I'm just going through my videos looking for questions.
Do you know what the
Um, more comments. You know, you guys are awesome. You really are. Let's see. Oh, do, 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 do. While I'm looking for questions, I'll just go ahead and give you guys an idea of what I plan to do, and I hope that I have your support, because it really it meant a lot at the time, and I feel like I abandoned the support that I was getting. Again, I apologize, but my children had to come first, and I know that every single one of you will understand that. Let's see. Any questions? Bgrow B and Z says, "Squeaky chair, you're back." That's awesome. Yeah. Except I don't have a squeaky chair anymore. Looking for more questions. So much of response. Like, after not having looked at it for a long time and looking at the comments, like it really does make me feel great. It makes me feel great to know that you guys listen to and have been and were supportive of me at this time. And I hope that you're supportive of me in my university studies. I really do hope to get a degree in psychology, and possibly even further. I'm a big gamer, so cyber psychology is a field that I feel that is emergent and important. So perhaps I will study that, or with my experience in Scientology, if there's an opportunity for me to help a cult member, I may indeed. I don't think there's I don't think there's one fiber in my soul that would allow me to not try to help someone in a cult, because I just know how destructive it is. Let's see. There's my WOG World postponed video. There's my seminar video. And let's see if there's any. I think there were some questions here. Gary Graham, 4 days ago, another flake with yet another plagiarized oddball story about OT3. Yawn. With that kind of a snarky remark, I responded, "Oh, hello, OSA." And then he responded, "Gary, this is Gary Graham. Sorry with a whopping 265 views. I doubt OSA is even aware of you, but don't give up. A lot of work and time. You too could become an angry gray poop." I think that's OSA, but could be wrong. That sounds like something
Attorney's
Scientologist
fees.
would say. And for him to refer to the angry gay pope as angry gray poop, um, angry gay pope is awesome. So if you're if someone doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, if you're anti angry gay pope, I'm telling you that guy was a Scientologist. Um, let's see, any other questions? I'm sorry, guys. I do want to answer. I want to take the time and answer all the questions that are here, so that I'm caught up. I've taken long enough, and someone suggested a really cool idea for a beginning animation for the WOG world, because I am going to be doing more content. Actually, I'm talking with some old friends who who were in the organization, and we've got some really cool ideas. No questions there. And let's see. No questions there. I'm almost through. The Danny Masterson video. Comments awaiting approval. Let's review. I'm not sure if that was... Who is that? Excuse me. Sorry about the noise. Okay. Let's go back to the last two videos, and then the Q&A will be caught up.
For the job.
I hope everyone is... Excuse me. I haven't eaten anything today. I really need to wrap this video up and go eat something. I hope that everyone is doing great and enjoying the weather. I'm in Louisiana. It's nice and cool down here right now. It won't last long, and that looks like all the questions. So to date, since what date was this?
Yeah.
It was uploaded. Does it say? Yeah, May 9th, 2015. So to date, since May 9th, 2015, I've published 15 videos on Scientology. My plan from this point forward is to get a degree in psychology, which will take me a while. But in terms of YouTube, me and some friends who I at some point may introduce, or they may wish to remain anonymous, are going to produce some content which I think will be funny, especially to people who've been on staff, but it should be funny to anyone who's interested in the wacky, crazy stuff that is Scientology. So I can't tell you when it's going to happen. I'm kind of rusty on my After Effects. I'm going to animate all this up here for an introduction, and it'll be a production. You know, I've been talking about it for years now, but I have the skill set to do it. I have the gear to do it, and I will. Just like I said, I would come back after the legal issue was resolved. I did. I will produce this content, and it will be entertaining. And I'll use my radio voice. Possibly animations, possibly, some cool green screen stuff. It should be fun. It should be fun. And the more I learn about psychology, perhaps the more insight I can impart. So, I hope everyone has a great weekend. It's Thursday. This weekend I'm going out into the woods with some friends and destimulating, and just gonna live in nature for a couple days. I need that. So, best wishes. Again, thank you for all the comments and support from the bottom of my heart, honestly. And I'm sorry that I had to bail on you guys the way that I did. Sometimes life just... The timing was, I don't know. It just, things happen the way they did. But I'm back, so... Much love, peace, and love, and all that good stuff. Goodbye.